Hello, I'm Yoko, and quick disclaimer, I think my neighbors above me are installing something because it's been very loud all day, but they're still doing that, I think, but it's quieter now, so if you hear anything in the background, that's what that is. Anyway, here's another video where I take 6 randomly selected Pokemon and design them as humans. If you're interested in this content, I have a playlist of 4 other videos just like this. But without further ado, let's start. First off is Mudbray, and if you're new, I randomized the gender of my designs based on the Pokemon's gender ratios. With that said, Mudbray was generated to be a girl, so as much as I immediately want to draw a cute little farm girl, I couldn't get over how Mudbray looks like it's wearing the cutest, puffiest big socks. So I ended up going with a sort of schoolgirl uniform, though admittedly, if this was a uniform, it would be a very weird one. I also gave her pigtails despite, admittedly, the fact a ponytail, it would have been more fitting because haha pun, even though Mudbray I'm pretty sure is a donkey, but you know, pony, ha. I love puns. Anyway, I just thought pigtails looked cuter. I was also debating giving her, is it vitiligo or vitiligo or something like that? I don't know how to pronounce that. I probably should have looked that up. Oops. Anyway, but because Mudbray has such a very distinct, patch on its face, but I decided on just giving her a lighter part, undershirt that you can see under her vest with, a keyhole or something. I think that's what that's called. Not sure. And I tried making her skirt also look like Mudbray's tail. I was trying to go for a young girl that is the type to go play in the mud and get into adventures, and contrast that with her needed to be, cute uniform that her school makes her wear or something. So I muddied up parts of her and her uniform, particularly her shoes and the bottom of her socks. Oh, and speaking of her shoes, if you noticed in the speed paint, I struggled trying to draw one of her shoes in the position that I chose. I don't know. I had it in, a position, and I just really was bad at drawing that. Eventually, I just gave up and changed it. In my defense, I think that was the first art I made that day, and I was struggling. But with that said, here's my Mudbray. I think she turned out super cute, and I like her a lot, so I hope you do too. She's a little cutie. Next up is Ninjask, who is randomized to be a boy. So when I saw Ninjask, my first thought was immediately, obviously, ninja, which made me think of Naruto, which I never actually have seen, except for random clips that I don't understand. So this design is kind of my attempt to draw an outfit based on vague memories of things that I've seen in Naruto without wanting to look up actual references of either that show or actual ninjas because I was stubborn for no reason. Though I don't think the helmet/face situation that I chose would be in that show. I don't know, maybe. Again, haven't seen it. I think that area is the weakest of my design, but I'm gonna be honest, I struggled with almost all of these in this video. I gave him a black under outfit that covers his neck and torso, and presumably another part covers, from his waist down, as including the feet area, because his little shoes that I gave him have open toes and heels, which I keep defaulting to making that for some reason, but I have, a sock thing so that you can't actually see his toes, though ironically, with my Naruto-inspired design, I don't have the toes showing, which I think is funny because one of the few things I know about Naruto is that almost no one wears shoes because the writer has a thing for feet. Which I think is a very funny fact. Anyway, moving on from that, I also turned Ninjask wings into... Okay, I have no idea what that's called, but the thing that's around his waist, and I think Sasuke is wearing something like that at some point. Again, didn't really look anything up. If you know what they're called, let me know. I don't really know fashion in general, let alone fashion from Japan. Anyway, I had it tied with a yellow tie to add more yellow because I realized Ninjask is kind of almost half yellow, half black, and I did not have enough yellow. But yeah, here's Ninjask. Are they cool? How inaccurate is this ninja outfit? I hope you like them anyway. Next up is Pontiard, who the randomizer decided would be a boy. I'm going to be honest, this is the least creative in my opinion, and I don't have a lot of inspiration when it came to Pontiard. Pontiard is already shaped like a little person. I pretty much just made a bigger Pontiard. I kept the helmet and spikes, putting some on the armbands that I added, and I gave him red tights. I also covered his mouth, but looking back, spoiler alert for the next one, but 3 of these Pokemon have a mouth covering like a mask thing. So, oof. Not the most creative to have all in a line. Also, I wasn't sure what skin tone to give him, so I slapped something on in the beginning and ended up making it much darker at the end, which I think turned out really nicely, and I like how it looks. I wanted something with a red tone that would be similar to Pontiard's coloring, though at first glance it might be hard to notice the red tights that I have now. But yeah, here's Pontiard. I think I copped out a little bit, but I hope you guys like him anyway. Pontiard just wasn't too inspiring for me. Speaking of uninspiring, next up is Pineco, who was also randomized to be a boy. Pineco looks like a literal pine cone, and I had no idea what to do with that. Okay, I know Pineco is a bagworm, but let's be real, it's basically a pine cone. In the end, Pineco was pretty symmetrical looking, so I went for a symmetrical design and used the symmetry tool for pretty much this entire pick. This is also the before mentioned for design that has a mask. Should probably work on making my designs different. Anyway, there's not much to say. I gave him like a darker colored bodysuit type thing under what I guess is a big shirt. I don't know what this is that I drew. It's not a poncho because I imagined his arms come out from underneath that first layer, which you can very slightly see. I know the arms kind of blend in with the actual outfit and the black shading I put on that part, but I was trying to hide them. But yeah, there's really not much to say. All the frills on his outfit and his hair were just from the existing design of Pineco. Hey, at least we got the Pinecone Pokemon in December. You know, very, very Christmassy. Hope you guys have happy holidays this year. Sadly, no Delibird, but you know, Pinecones work. With that said, here's Pineco. I think he turned out pretty cute considering what I was working with, and I actually do think he's really cute. I want to pinch his cheeks. I hope you like him too. Next up is Printflop, who was also randomized to be a boy. There is a trend. Anyway, I'm going to say I think my design is a bit of a hot mess. I was trying to go for snobby royal teen with weird clothes, but I honestly have no idea what I did. But I'll try to explain it. I tried to shape his hair like Printflop's facial markings, and I wasn't planning to at first, but I ended up adding blue eyeshadow with big swoopy eyelashes, like a wing. You get it? Well, penguins have flippers, but you get what I mean. I gave him like an overcoat cape thingy that the sleeves are too long for him, and I tried to make it resemble Printflop's slippers, which I think is pretty obvious. I also add a collar that extends to the shoulders to represent the markings on Printflop's face, because I played around with making his makeup yellow, like his eyelash, but I didn't like how that looked, so, you know, that works. Originally, the undershirt was a pure or almost pure white, but I made it slightly more blue because I didn't want it to look too much like a maybe future Empoleon. Sorry for the interruption. I have no idea what I was talking about, but the dog started barking. Sorry, Yoshi interrupted you. The biggest I have no idea what I'm doing moment in this drawing is definitely the pants. Whatever's going on there. I knew I wanted them puffy near the knees to resemble Printflop's rounder body, but I wanted to add 2 sets of buttons for the circles on Printflop's, design. So I made them high-waisted, and I have no idea how these pants work. Oops. Unrelated to design, I am nuzlocking Brilliant Diamond right now, and I'm taking it really slow, so I only have 2 gym badges. But I will say, I will cry if Pingu, my current Printflop, dies. The Piplup line are my favorite starters in Sinnoh, which I don't know, I'm just really connected to them. Which one do you guys like? Would you choose Turtwig, Chimchar, or Piplup? But with that said, here's my Printflop design. Hope you like him. I really like his expression in the end, so, there's that. Lastly for this batch was Raticate, who once again was randomized to be a boy. Poor Mudbray is the only girl in this video. So this is another case of not being able to go on, like... What was I saying? No, this is another case of not a lot going on in the design. Raticate is a brown rat. And with that said, I did my best. So first I wanted to give him a rat tail ponytail. 'Cause puns. I also tried making his hair really messy and made part of it resemble Raticate's whiskers. Though I later added whisker lines on his face, so double the whiskers, you know, it's fine. Anyway, I also made that part and the rat tail lighter. I gave him a really torn up cape type thing. Maybe it's like a pelt or a hide of some kind. And I held it together with clasps that resemble Raticate's teeth. The rest was pretty simple. You know, shirt, torn up shorts and I kept him barefoot because he kind of had that kind of feral gremlin energy. Also, I just want to say Raticate's nose in the official art looked a lot like how I already draw noses, and I thought that was kind of cool. After drawing it, I think I was subconsciously inspired by Spiller from Arietta, the Secret World of Arietta or whatever it's called. It was Arietti. The Secret World of Arietti. But I do like how it turned out. Here's my Raticate. I really like him. He looks like he'll fight you over trash. Hope you guys like him too. Which was your favorite design in this video? I personally think I didn't get too good of a haul of Pokemon in general. But I did my best and I liked the results and I hope you do too. If you enjoyed this video, I'd appreciate if you could like, subscribe, and maybe tell a friend. And if you like my art, follow my Instagram below. My commissions are currently open if you want to support me that way. And with that said, thank you for watching, and next week's video will be posted on Saturday for reasons that you will see when I post it. But until then, I'll see you next time. Peace.